Hello again! Welcome to another episode of Advanced Minecraft on 2B2T, the world's worst server, with Doctrzombie. And I alluded to it in my last episode, and I will talk about it in this episode. It is still the same day, October 11th, 2016, and these are the people who are currently online in the server right now. But I have something very important to talk about, and I told my wife I would not spend too much time here, so I better hurry it up. As you may know, and probably actually don't. Most of you probably don't know this, but I told a few people in my friends list. I went on vacation recently. Before the end of September through October 8th or 9th, I have been on vacation. I actually went on a cruise to celebrate the wedding of some friends of mine and my wife's. They went on a destination cruise wedding, which is pretty cool. If you line up the time frame that Doctrzombie was on a boat in the ocean, and guesstimate about the location that this boat might leave, you may realize that I was in fact stranded at sea during Hurricane Matthew, and I could not come back to the port of Miami. They closed the port because Hurricane Matthew was coming, and they said ships cannot come in or out of the port of Miami. It is too dangerous. And we were stuck at sea for an extra day and a half. And you might say, wow, you got an extra day and a half of vacation? You got free food on a cruise, the most amazing of vacations ever? And you would be so wrong, because it is a floating prison when you are stuck there and not allowed to leave, and you are on essentially a casino that is designed to milk you out of every penny you have. If I'd gotten off the boat when we were supposed to, I might have saved myself $200 and a hell of a lot of headaches. Not to mention the whole trip back, which is part of this continuing saga of pain. I'm a very unlucky person. I don't know that I believe in luck per se, but if there is such a thing as bad luck, then boy do I fucking have it. I've had just a terrible 3 years, honestly. And I know that I shouldn't be bitching because my life is very good and I've got a lot of wonderful things in it, but there are some times when I just feel like it couldn't get any fucking worse. And being stuck on a boat away from your family is certainly not good for the morale. But after we got off the boat, a day and a half later, Friday, Miami port reopened and we were able to dock and get off the boat. It was 7 o'clock at night. And I had a massive drive back home, and to not be too specific, I had to head north, and we had family living in North Carolina, so the intention was to drive for about 10 to 12 hours to get to North Carolina and then stay with them for the night. In fact, we were hoping to stay for 2 nights, spend a little time with family on our way home. Well, the Hurricane Matthew did not, in fact, hit Miami, as they were expecting. It hit a little north of Miami. In fact, it hit Jacksonville and then Georgia and South Carolina, all of which were in between me and the family that I was going to go see. In fact, it was so bad that it wiped out the road and made it impassable. The Weather Channel said, you are not allowed to go on this road. It is currently flooded and blocked by stranded cars. So that was all the night after we got there. We got to Orlando. So we knew we weren't going to make it to North Carolina that night. It was 7 o'clock. I wasn't going to drive till 7 a.m. after having been up all day trying to get off a cruise boat. So we decided to stay with the bride and groom in their condo in Orlando. And just spend the night with them, and then we would be off in the morning. And they're very gracious to us. My wife was, in the bridal party, so it wasn't like we were strangers. We're very close. And when we got to the condo, we realized that there was, in fact, only one bed and no couch. It was a tiny, tiny room with a bath, a shower, and the bed, all in the same room, and a little closet with a toilet in it. So my wife and I, looked at each other and we said, okay, we'll sleep on the floor. They gave us a blanket to, make the floor a little softer, but, this was midnight. We were exhausted, and one of my many faults, perhaps, is that I cannot sleep unless I am actually comfortable in a bed. I can't sleep in a car. I can't sleep on a floor. So at 2 in the morning, I decided, you know what? I've got some extra blankets in my car. If I run out to my car, I'll grab the extra blankets. I'll throw them on the floor. It'll be great. I'll at least have some kind of padding there, and maybe I'll be able to fall asleep. So I sneakily got dressed while everyone snored away, and ran out to my car, grabbed the blankets, and then realized, oh shit. I just shut the door to the condo behind me, and I do not have the key that opens the door. So I will either have to suffer it out here in the car and try to sleep in the car, or wake everybody up at 2 in the morning when they all want to get up at 6:30 to go to Disney. Except for, you know, me and my wife to travel back home. I said, oh my god, I can't do it. I can't be the asshole that wakes everybody up because he was an idiot and locked himself out of the condo. So I tried to sleep in the car. And I tried for an hour. Now it's 3 o'clock, and I'm texting my wife saying, you know, if you get this text, please, I'm outside, let me in. But she's fast asleep. She's not getting this text. So I take the blankets. I try to sleep on the floor in outside of the condo. It's one of those, you know, outdoorsy hallways. You're not in the building. You're outside the building. But there's hallways, you know, and this is on the 3rd floor. So I lay out my blankets and I lay down, and it's just terrible. I don't have a pillow. I'm not comfortable. I can't roll around. It's awful. So I don't sleep. I sit up. It's 4 in the morning now. I start playing on my phone. And as I'm playing on my phone, I'm looking around. You know, I'm 3 stories up, and I see a cop car roll past the condo building. And I say, oh my god. This is not the place where a cop is just going to be lingering. You're not going to have a police officer just drive in here by accident. This is a gated condominium community. Somebody must have called the police. And they probably called the police because there's some drifter walking around with blankets under his arms. trying to sleep in the hallway. So I'm like, oh my god. Here it goes. I'm going to get fucking arrested, or at least I'm going to get questioned by the cop because I'm being suspicious. I said, you know what? Here's what I got to do. I got to just put the blankets down, leave them here, go out to the cop, talk to him, and, you know, explain the situation. So I go to do that. I walk down the stairs. I walk straight up to the cop car, and as soon as I'm walking in his direction, he starts driving away. And I'm like, okay, he must just assume that I belong here. I look like I belong here. Why would a random hobo walk up to the cop who's here to kick him out? So he drives away, and so I change tactics real fast. I say, okay, I'm going to pretend that I belong. And I walk to my car, and I sit in the car, and I play on my phone for a few more minutes. And the cop car is, you know, driving slowly around the condo looking for someone. And you know, I said, okay, you know, it's been 10 minutes. He's still here. He's still driving around. You know, maybe he's calling somebody, or maybe, you know, he's really looking hard for a person. So I say, okay, that's it. I'll go and I'll talk to him. I'll at least clear his mind so that he knows that somebody didn't just, you know, prank call or something. So I get up and I walk out of the car. I give him a little wave, and he just waves at me and drives right past me and drives right out of the condo. So there I am, standing there, waving at a cop who's leaving. He's just giving me the good morning, sir wave. And it's now almost 5 o'clock. I haven't slept a wink, and I have at least a 12-hour drive ahead of me to get halfway home. It was not a great night. But I thought it made an interesting story, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And, you know, I'm going to continue to construct my magnum opus to 2B2T, and I'm going to continue to record videos of me talking about stuff. So if you liked my hilarious story of travel nightmares, and I broke my pick, or if you've got one of your own, then, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know. And thanks for watching, guys. This has been Doctrzombie with Advanced Minecraft on 2B2T, the world's worst server. And I will see you guys next time.